Well, you can see the wall of treasures here behind me, some fantastic wines. The Rubaiyat, which was certainly one that was highly recommended, and we look forward to sampling quite a few of those during the course of the Cape Premier Yearling Sale, hosted here by De Grendel and obviously powered by Cape Thoroughbred Sales. The Cape Premier Yearling Sales home for 2021. Also on Breeding to Win tonight, we're going to be bringing you an interview with Donovan Everett. He's the latest appointee out at Kenilworth Racing. He's going to be looking after the events, the marketing, and he certainly has added a real touch of class for the first two meetings out at Durbanville where he's been involved. Fiona Ramsden catches up with Donovan and he tells us just what plans he has going forward.
We're here at Kenilworth Racecourse this morning, and it gives me great pleasure in introducing you to Donovan Everett, who will be taking over a new position here in commercial sponsorship, marketing and events. And we certainly are looking forward to the Cape summer season ahead with Donovan on board. Donovan, thank you very much for taking the time to chat to us this morning. And congratulations on your new position.
Thank you very much. Yes, very exciting and lots of work to be done. I think before the season starts, but yeah, we've got a very excited team, and hopefully we can add some value to this platform and really get it going for the summer season and the foreseeable future as well. Yeah,
well, firstly, just tell me a little bit about your background, because I know you're very sort of heavily involved in sports, and you love your sports and events.
Yes. No, so my background comes from a sporting background, but you know, I've been involved in the events arena and the events industry for probably about 18 years now. And across many platforms. So, you know, more specifically, sort of major events. I was quite heavily involved in the formative years of the Queen's Plate, and then sort of, you know, following on from that, the development of the Cape Town Rugby 10s, which we looked after for a number of years, 7 or 8 years, and then most recently I've been involved with the Cape Town Cycle Tour for the last 5 years as the event director there.
Wow, lots of exciting things.
Yeah, so lots of exciting things, and yeah, the events industry has been it's been a great industry for me, and something that I really enjoy. You know, I started off really on the production sort of side of things in the early years, and then quickly progressed sort of more into the sort of commercial side of it as well. You know, so I understand sort of how it works on the ground, but I also understand how it works in the boardroom as well. So it's quite important that that those two speak to each other in terms of the greater strategy. You know, so it's been an interesting path so far, and I'm looking forward to this challenge.
Yeah, obviously racing's taken quite a knock. How are you going to sort of plan to get us sort of back out there and on the board again and get the people onto the race course and enjoy their racing?
Yes, the million-dollar question, I suppose. You know, I think at the moment, you know, we've got some really good ideas. And in order for us to activate those ideas, we need to make sure that that we have the basics right. You know, so, you know, sort of post-COVID, you know, we've been afforded the time, I think, in terms of the next sort of month or two, to build up a strategy and to get that those base plans right. And when I talk about the base plans, I'm talking about just your basic operational sort of execution, your basic service delivery, your basic communication. And I do believe that those pillars, of which actually makes up a very good event, are crucial to obviously activating correctly and within line with a given strategy. Only once you've got that sort of matrix right, then you can start looking at sort of commercial opportunities, you know, because it's pointless, you know, coming in with ideas of grandeur and big commercial sponsorships and this is what we're going to do for the race season if you can't even do the basics right, you know. So currently right now what we're doing as a team and with the current resources available here, we're just really assessing absolutely everything that Western Cape Racing has to offer, from how the venues are run to our communication with our punters, with the owners, with the general public, and then also our service delivery. You know, what is that interface from when you arrive at Kenilworth and you arrive at Durbanville How are you greeted? You know, what is your touch point experience as you walk through those venues or when you interact with the day? So we're just looking at all those elements right now. So it's a lot of work, it's a lot of assessment, and then once we've assessed that, then we're going to be sort of collectively putting together a very comprehensive strategy as to how we tackle that. And then once we've got the basics right, is then to start looking at the type of partnerships that we want to be affiliated with Western Cape Racing or Cape Racing as such, and how that's going to take us forward. You know, I think that's vitally important that you know, in terms of commercial partnerships, that we have partners that can take us forward for the next few years that aren't just sort of a fly by night. You know,
Yeah.
so and then also one of the different sort of points that we're looking at is effectively the whole season as well. You know, racing, it's, you know, 6 months of the year down here in the Western Cape, and we want to make sure that we look after the season as opposed to just sort of focusing on flagship events. You know, so I do believe that if we are able to build a comprehensive season with strategic partners on board that are like-minded in terms of the greater strategy, that'll then strengthen your sort of flagship events. You know, so the idea is to concentrate on the whole season, and to really just peg up some objectives that we are able to achieve initially in terms of the service and the operations and the communication, and then hopefully the rest will follow. I think because of obviously, you know, we're faced with the COVID challenges, we are going to be dictated by what we can do from a legislative point of view. So, you know, we need to map that out as well. What can the facilities offer within the current legislation from a building perspective and an outside perspective as well? I'm not talking outside, I'm talking about the events that happen on the fields, etc. And what are we allowed to do? And it's important that we understand what that framework is, and then obviously our strategy will then be built on that sort of phase and approach as that legislation starts easing up. It's also important that, you know, the systems of how we activate during COVID are quite comprehensive. So it speaks to the legislation, it complements it, but it also allows the business to get going. You know, and it's very important that we get going as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a little bit harder this year, but we all know how fantastic the Queen's Plate is and the Met, and of course you said you were involved with the Queen's Plate in the early days. But those events tend to get good crowds, but somehow we've got to get advertising as well to get the people on the course for the other events.
100%, you know, and I think that's where it comes into partnerships, you know, and I think, you know, post this COVID period, you know, money's tight for everybody. You know, so, you know, how do we tackle that strategy? How do we get people interested in coming back to what we got to offer here? And I do believe that Kenilworth and Durbanville, respectively, they're absolutely beautiful locations. You know, we should be offering multi-purpose offerings within those venues, you know. So horse racing, yes, definitely being the spinal cord, but we need to make those assets start working for the business, you know. And I think if we are able to position that as a multi-purpose offering, whether it be sort of your park runs or any other events that would like to activate within the platform, you know, that's something we need to be pushing hard in order to then bolster the race days, you know. So I think there's some great opportunity, and I think in terms of the race season itself, you know, we're looking forward to it. We're looking to bring something new and fresh, and but I think our main focus right now for this particular season is to make sure that operationally we sound, service-wise we sound. And then I think the other aspect that we're looking at concentrating on is really just the consumer price point strategy. And when I say the consumer price point strategy, you know, what are things going to cost? If you're going to come down here with your family for the day of racing, you know, what is that going to set you back? You know, people have obviously come out of COVID, and money's tight. And they're looking for value for money. So how do we position ourselves where, from a product offering or experience offering point of view, we are affordable? You know, are the drinks going to be affordable? Is the food going to be of great quality and affordable as well? So I think those are all the small details that we're looking at repositioning, and we're hoping that, you know, once we get that right, then, you know, the crowds will come back. And the partners will come back as well, you know. So it's a complete rebuild as such, you know. I'm not going to mince my words about that. It really is, you know. And I think that's going to start from the inside out. And you I think it's been a challenging couple of years, economy-wise for every industry, and I don't think horse racing as a sport is any different. So it's important that we utilise this time now to get those pillars cemented, and then I think if we get that mix right, people will see those small changes, and they'll want to sort of reinvest in racing again, from a participation point of view, from a commercial aspect as well, and slowly build from there. So we're very excited, and we're under no illusion the size of the project that we got. But I think we've identified a couple of key areas, and it's going to be small steps initially, but it's going to gather momentum. So I think that anybody that's been involved in horse racing before and experienced how awesome it is really just to come down and come have a look at what we're doing. And then also sort of commercially, if there's interest, give us a call, and we'll take you through, what we've got lined up over the next sort of a year or two.
Yeah, well, listening to all your ideas, absolutely fabulous going forward. Really, really exciting stuff. And you've obviously got so much passion at getting your teeth into this.
Yes, I think from our perspective, I mean this sort of challenge, and I mean it is a challenge. It's something that I've faced in various other industries. Coming from the Cape Town cycle to background, it's a mass event and the technicality and the planning and the operational management and the commercialization of that is extremely detailed. And the cycle tour, every year it's faced significant challenges in terms of water restrictions that we've had and civil unrest. So producing the event and producing the product was one thing. The challenges around that and how you handle that, I think you really defined it. So I'm used to those sort of challenges, and I do believe that there is some fantastic opportunity here. And I do believe that the matrix of people that are involved with horse racing and the sport have really got a lot to give back to the sport. It's just a case of us now helping to reposition the platform where that is now lucrative for them to do that again. And I do believe with that approach that the sport will then get back to where it was and the prestige that comes along with it.
Yeah, well, great to have you on board, Donovan. Doing a great job already, and I'm really looking forward to the season ahead. As you said, it's a lot to tackle, but right man for the job. And I'm sure this season's obviously going to be difficult with COVID, but I think if we can get through this season, it certainly will be onwards and upwards.
100%. This is going to be sort of a base building season, and getting the structures right, getting the energy renewed, and hopefully sort of building for the future.
Well, thanks very much for taking your time this morning, Donovan, and chatting to me. It's lovely to have a fresh face and a very enthusiastic face in the racing world to get us back on board. But thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you for your time.
Great to be chatting to Donovan Everett this morning. He's going to be doing a fantastic job here. Really, really exciting ideas ahead, and I'm looking forward to the Cape Summer season back here at Kenilworth.
Fullmed stud, a new stud on the ground, and Inel Becker, formerly with Alchemy and Evergreen, she's gone out on her own, and we catch up with her on her new farm out in the Paarl area.
It's always good to be visiting new up-and-coming farms, and we're here this morning at Fullmed Stud in near Paarl, and with me is Inel Becker, who is putting the whole show together and starting off the farm, and of course Biscuit's joining us on the couch as well. Inel, you're starting up here with the stud, and you've putting in a lot of work already with new post and rails going in and new paddocks. Exciting times ahead.
Very much, and thanks for being here, Fee. Appreciate it.
Well, the farm's looking good. As I said, you're putting in the rails, you're putting in the paddocks. But what's actually going to be going on here? I believe you're going to be doing spelling, pre-training, all that sort of thing.
Yes, we'd like to do a little bit of everything. And my main focus would be on breeding in the end, but yeah, we would like to have a nice track around and do spelling as well.
Yeah, so you're putting a track in, it's all systems go with the diggers and everything out there on the farm. So you'll have a track, you'll have somewhere to break horses, you've got all the facilities.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
And I've seen you've got some nice stables as well, which is great.
Yes, we've got 12 nice stables going, so and in the future, if anything looks very much more promising, we'll add some on.
And you said you want to get into the breeding. I see you've got some foals on the ground already.
Yes, very exciting. I've got my mare Eternal Sunshine, and she's got a Captain of All filly at foot. And then I've got Hero's daughter, who's got a Coup de Grace colt at foot. And we've recently got in some new borders as well.
That's fantastic. So it's getting off to a good start. And I believe Pete Butcher's supporting you as well, which is great.
Yes, I'm very thankful for all the support that I can get, and looking forward to more.
And have you got good staff here in terms of helping you with the breaking and riding of some of these horses?
Yes, I've got a very good guy, Henny Andrews, and we're working very well together. I'm a good rider myself, so we help each other out in that way.
Well, it's a beautiful farm, situated in a fantastic spot just under the mountains, really pretty.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you've got Anton Shepherd's your neighbour, so you've got a little bit of help in terms of good neighbours that know all about the breeding.
For sure, and we get along well. Anton's a great guy.
Yeah, that's really good. And you've got a partner on the farm, Willem. He's heavily involved with the farm, and I believe some wines in a neighbouring farm as well.
Yes, and he's great in the guavas as well, and very interested in learning about the horses. He's not really a horse person, never been involved before, but yes, he's showing a great lot of interest, and it's good to have some new blood coming into the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you've got some other things planned. We saw a little trap outside, a little cart that you're going to put a horse in and maybe do some rides, you said, around the farm, and maybe some wine tasting.
Yes, I would love to do that. That's all in the carts. We've got a great neighbour, Aris, and he's got good wines at Olsen Wine, and we would like to compare the two together.
Yeah, I saw the Olsen farms as I was driving up the drive, so it's nice that they're nice and close. And also pony rides as well. You've got quite a few ponies in the paddock.
Yes, so we've done a couple of those and people seem to be loving it. So yeah, that's also part of the things here at Fullmed.
Yeah, I can imagine, because it's so pretty to ride around here.
Definitely great scenery.
Yeah, so as I said, you've got your little foal lying out there in the sunshine, and it's going to get busy for you, isn't it? When your horses, you need to start breaking in, and then of course at the end of the season, I guess trainers will start to send horses out to you for a break. Yeah,
we would be very thankful for that, and we've done good so far. We've had Pete Butcher that's been supporting us a bit, and I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, let's look forward to all the new things coming.
What's good is you're not far out of town, so it would be suitable for trainers and people to send their horses here for a break.
Yeah, we're about 36 kilometres away from Milnerton, so very close.
Yeah, and you've got a nice little breaking sort of lunging ring, which is great as well, enclosed, so you can do the breaking in there.
Yes, and they seem to be very calm in there because they can't really look out and stress, and they focus quite good on you when they're in that little breaking ring.
Yeah, and you're putting in a nice track, which I see is going to have a little bit of an incline, which is very good for building up muscles. How far is the track going to be?
It's going to be about 1.2 kilometres in the end. So yes, I'm very excited to take that on.
Yeah, and you've got some crops here. Do you grow your own lucerne?
Yeah, we've grown some oat, which we've recently just baled yesterday, and then we're planning on putting in a good amount of lucerne for the future.
Yeah, that's quite a good good sales for lucerne.
Absolutely, and also we know what we put into our horses then.
Yeah, well, it's going to be really, really exciting times ahead for you, and you're in the early stages. Quite a bit to be done in terms of paddocks and rails and things going up and happening.
Yes, definitely. There's been a lot of work done already. We started up with absolutely nothing. There used to be no stables or no paddocks here, and we've done quite a lot, but there is still a lot to be done as well. And
numbers-wise, how many horses do you think you can board here?
I'd like to stop at 25 boarding mares and about 8 to 9 horses for pre-training. I wouldn't go more than that.
Yeah, just keeps the numbers, keep it in hand and do a good job.
Yes, I'd like to give individual attention to each horse. To me, that's very important. And I think it plays a big role in the end in how their mind is also going towards the track.
And you've got great experience yourself. You've worked for other big stud farms as well, haven't you?
Yes. I used to run the Alchemy in Robertson, and then we sold that farm and we moved down to Paarl. That's how I ended up here. and I then did Evergreen for Philip Kahan.
Yes, that's great experience behind you. And sales, will you be able to prep any horses for sales as well? Or are you hoping to?
That would be very lovely for me, because it's what I used to know and what I really like, and I like to see the results. So yes, definitely open for prepping for sales.
Yeah, well, that's great because you've got lots of things going on here, lots of opportunities, spelling, pre-training, the foaling, that's great. And obviously you're quite close to stallions as well in terms of getting mares in foal.
Yes, definitely, and there's some good stallions around, and I mean Drakenstein Stad's not far from us, Varsfontein's not far. We're quite well located in the middle of everything.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. I'm looking forward to coming again when it's finished because it is a beautiful farm and you can see it's got so much potential and you're really doing a great job here at putting it all together. So we wish you all the best. You and Biscuit here joined us for the interview this morning and we look forward to catching up with you again soon. Thank you very much, Inel.
Thank you, Fee, and thank you for coming along.
It was lovely to be at Fullmed Stud this morning. We look forward to catching up with Inel again later on in the season because there's lots happening here on the farm. As I said, she's doing a fantastic job of putting a beautiful new farm together and lots of opportunities for spelling, pre-training and of course mares to be boarded here as well.
Well, as you can see, the Sauvignon Blanc glass is getting a little bit lower every time I come on screen for it, but very well deserved and certainly enjoying it as well. Let's go now to the CTS Ready to Run sale that's going to take place on the 30th of November. It's powered by Gavel House, and one of the bigger vendors in terms of the 2-year-old unbroken section is Madison Park. Hassan Adams and his son Ryan, well, they've got a wonderful draft. They're going to be hosting an open day on the 1st of November where everybody's invited to the farm for some lunch, some wine, and to view the horses that are on offer. We'll be bringing you more about that in a later show too. But right now, Fiona catches up with Ryan, who tells us a little bit about the farm and also the draft coming on sale on 30 November.
The Ready to Run sale is coming up on the 29th of November. It's of course open to 2-year-olds and youngsters as well. And Madison Park are very well represented with 29 entries. They're all 2-year-olds. And with me is Ryan Adams this morning to give us a rundown on these fine pedigrees entered for the sale. Ryan, good morning. Nice to be here.
Morning, morning. Look, lockdown and COVID-19 has been a bit challenging for us in the past. And we've had to take a breath back and obviously look at all our costs and stuff like that and cut all unnecessary costs. We've managed to streamline the business and make sure operations are running more efficiently, should I say. We have also put a new management team in place and administration team just to get things on the ball and up and running again. This is just before lockdown and it's proven to be more efficient. The horses are looking greater, the stud farm's looking better, and we're very happy with what things progressing positively forward here.
A nice bunch of 2-year-olds, looking at them on pedigree and all going the right way. I assume they're walking nicely and doing well at home.
Yeah, no, all's good there. The farm is blossoming. I mean, now it's spring. It's foaling season. I can't explain the beauty of the farm at the moment and the horses coming through. Yeah, absolutely. It's a stunning farm and a beautiful time of year. And hopefully people are going to get out to see you on the 1st of November because we will be putting an invitation out for people to come and see the 2-year-olds because it's an online sale. They will need to come and see them. Yeah, I mean, on the 1st of November, we will be doing an online auction for horse enthusiasts and also buyers to come through. And be a big open day. We'll be having a braai out there. People can enjoy the days, view the horses, and buy some horses too.
With COVID, obviously online sales has been the way to go, and it's proved a success so far, what with Gavel House, and then of course CTS are under new management now and seem to have just so much enthusiasm.
No, definitely. I mean, I think that moving everything online will obviously save costs drastically, but also opens up a new way of bidding online for international bidders. I mean, it creates much more ease for them to bid online, so they can do it directly themselves. And I mean, the world is migrating more to online via technology, so it can only be beneficial in my mind.
Yeah, so far it's proved successful because we've had new buyers coming to the fore, which is fantastic because you can't always get to these sales. So looking at your 29, as I said, they look to be a nice bunch, but we're just going to go through a few of them. So let's start with lot 78. She's called Surfer Babe, and she's a nice time thief.
Yes, she's got a lot of substance. She's a big bay filly. Looks like a middle distance horse, I would say. Got a big girth, big chest, big hindquarter. It's got short cannon bones, nice short pasterns also. I mean, the hindquarter, the wither, the shoulder, this is all about this horse. And she's got a beautiful walk also.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Time Thief out on the farm, and he's a lovely looking individual himself, isn't he? Another one that you've selected is lot 80. He's called Spotted Pearl. He's another Time Thief.
Yeah, this is actually my stud farm manager's favorite horse. His name's Ashley. It's a very unique bay color. It's got tinges of white in it, but he's a big bay colt. I mean, he's a big bay colt with high wither, big girth, short cannon bones, big broad chest, very nice walk, long stride, and beautiful to look at also.
Great, everything in the right place. Lot 81, I love the name of this one, Coat of Arms, and that's a William Longsword, very exciting.
Yes, this colt loves to model. It's got a big head, big horse, it's got a nice apple bum, it's got big shoulders, beautiful bay colt. He's got short, thick cannon bones, very strong horse, big chest, tall withers, nice size shoulders, perfect size neck, I would say. Short pasterns, a beautiful walk, nice action, and he's not very colty at all.
That's great, and I must say, I don't know who did the naming, but you've got some great names amongst them. Lot 93 is a filly. She's called Red Carpet Girl, and she's by Pomodoro.
Yeah, she's a beautiful filly. She's tall, she's very muscular, big girth, muscular and broad chest, strong neck, high wither, nice size shoulders, big and broad hindquarter. She has improved a lot over the past months, so I think it's been good that she's been on the sale. She's got short pasterns, straight legs, and a very nice walk also.
Lot 99, Bold Boundaries, another Time Thief.
Yeah, she's a very nice filly, very nice size also. She's tall, high withers, nice size shoulder, nice big hindquarter, nice size chest for her size. She's got a very nice walk also.
Lot 103 is another Time Thief. She's called Sweetest Goodbye.
Yeah, this one has a nice wither, tall wither, nice size girth also, big apple bum also, big shoulders, nice and broad hindquarter. It's got straight legs and straight feet also, and got a great walk. Very well proportioned horse.
Yeah, sound like they're doing well and in very good condition out there. Lot 112, Hidden Identity. That's a Water Winter, and Water Winter's doing very well.
Yeah, this horse is a machine, just like his father. This is a beauty of a colt. He has everything. He's muscular, he's got big shoulders, thick neck, tall, high wither, big broad chest. He has a good calm temper, very tall and strong stand, and he's got a beautiful walk.
Lot 125, Time is Ticking, another Time Thief, another filly.
Yeah, this is actually my father's favorite. He says this filly has it all in one. Very muscular, tall, long, high wither. It's got a big hindquarter and broad chest. Looks like a boxer or colt, you can say. Very nice walk also.
Lot 132 is a Kiwari colt. Now, Kiwari is doing very well. This one's called Castle of Glass.
Yeah, this one's actually a big bay colt. Has a lot of substance. Very big girth, big hindquarter, very tall and muscular colt. He's very colty. So, as Pippa once said from Avonshire, buy it, guard it, saddle it, ride it. So, he's got a beauty of a walk, but he's got a temperament of a stallion.
Not too bad. It's nice when they've got a little bit of attitude. Lot 154, one of your favourites. It's a colt called Very Green, and by a good old favourite, Give Me the Green Light.
Yeah, this is actually my favourite colt. This colt is perfection in my mind. If you take the best of Give Me the Green Light, and you take the best of Variety Club, and you put it in one horse, this is that horse. I mean, is a beautiful bay colt, very big hindquarter, very big stocky shoulders, big chest, a very strong horse, very well proportioned, calm nature, beautiful walk. I mean, champion to be, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's just a few that we've spoken about, but a very fine draft looking at them on paper, and they sound like they're doing incredibly well. And the beauty of them being 2-year-olds, you know, people can buy them and they can break them in and get on with them, which is great.
No, definitely.
And of course, there's also a bonus race which CTS always put on, which is something for people to look forward to. Great incentive for the buyer.
Yeah, I mean, look, anyone who buys a horse on the CTS is expecting to win a big race afterwards. I mean, for a horse to win a race months after it's just bought and have a champion status in its racing career in its early stages, I mean, is a great incentive. Yeah. Besides the large sum of stakes it can win.
Yeah, no, this is a great sale. It always has been. You know, some good horses have come off it. It's normally a ready-to-run sale, but it's now been opened up to 2-year-olds and youngsters, obviously. But really nice horses come off it. And as I said, great incentive with the race and the fact that you can get on with these horses quickly. And you've had success with this sale in the past as well. Yeah,
we've had a lot of success, but a lot of thanks must be given to the buyers and horse fraternity for supporting us and buying our horses, and also the hard work to our team and stud manager and farm manager and our administration team. I mean, all the hard work has actually paid off, luckily to them, but also it's shown through the buyers and horse fraternity.
And 29 going to the sale, no reserves?
No reserves at all. I mean, we're looking to sell everything. We want to give everyone a chance to show that you know, they can win with our horses. So hopefully we succeed with that.
And Ryan, while we've got you here, what's going on the farm at the moment? What are we expecting in the future for Madison Park?
Well, I mean, besides streamlining the stud farm, we're looking at opportunities on the farm. The farm lends itself to a perfect place for chalets and beauty of tranquility, as well being a picturesque wedding venue in Himalayan Outer Valley. So we would like to incorporate a holiday accommodation as well as a venue hire on the farm.
It sounds fantastic because it is beautiful out there, and with the horses surrounding you, what better could you get? And the beautiful mountains and trees, it's stunning.
No, exactly. I mean, when you come there, you'll see. Yeah. You'll be in awe with the views and everything. It's somewhat therapeutic also.
Yeah, fantastic idea. Well, thank you very much, Ray, and we look forward to coming to see you on the 1st of November, when hopefully a lot of people will come and see this draft, and then of course they can see them on the website as well. But thank you very much. We wish you all the best with the sale.
Thank you, Fiona. I really appreciate it.
Great to be here at Mooley Point with Rayan Adams. He's taken us through his draft, a very, very nice looking draft indeed. I suggest you get out there on the 1st of November and take a look.
The 2020 running of the CTS Ready to Run is going to take place on the 21st of November at Kenilworth Racecourse. And this year we are proud to announce that De Grendel will be the title sponsor of the 1.25 million rand race. Hosted at Kenilworth, along with other features like the Concord Cup and the Merchants, we'll have a host of activities on the day, including wine tasting, and fantastic to have the stature of De Grendel involved on the day with us. We look forward to a long and ongoing relationship. Make a note in your diary, the 21st of November, the CTS Ready to Run Stakes, brought to you by De Grendel Wine Estate. We look forward to hosting you on that day too. Well, that's a wrap from us here at the beautiful De Grendel Wine Estate. We've enjoyed the wine. We'll be staying on for some dinner, and we'll bring you some highlights of the sunset here, featuring the most iconic Table Mountain as well as the bay, and lots to look forward to with everybody coming forward here in January on the 27th and the 28th for the De Grendel Cape Premier Yearling Sale, brought to you by CTS.